Hello everybody out there and welcome to the Tonisport Newsfeed. Today I was wrenching on my race car just before the next race I go to, and I noticed that I need one more body shell for that race. And yeah, before I started to prepare it and to mount it on my car, I got the idea to make a video for you to maybe give you some tips and advices to mount your body shell on the touring car as good as possible. I think I can do it okay, I would say, but maybe there are some guys out there who are doing it more professional and a little bit more precise. But in today's video clip, just follow it and get some informations about how I mount my body shells on the race car before I paint them. And it's always important to have a body shell which fits good on the car, which has good cutouts for the wheels, and the holes have to be symmetric and things like that. So just watch the video and maybe you can learn something in case of preparing a body shell. So here's a brand new body shell on my pit table, and the first thing you have to do before you can start to mount the body shell on your race car, just cut it out on the line here, which is recommended from the manufacturer of the body shell. So this is the first step you always have to do before you do anything else. So the wing and the body shell is cut it out at the outermost line from the manufacturer, and now we can start to check out how to mount the body shell on the car. First of all, I always use the markings here in the front wheel, which can help you to find a perfect position from your body shell on the race car, because sometimes you want to mount the body shell very neutral, which means that you have to use this line here. This means that the body shell will be in a zero position, and then you have lines all 2 millimeters, which will help you to define a position 4 millimeter forward, for example, or 6 millimeter, which a lot of guys run to get more steering out of the car. Then we have to check out the positions of our body posts to mount, to mark the holes on the body shell, which is always a little bit tricky. Most of the time when you place the body shell on the car and you think that you got the absolute perfect position, and you will try or start to mark the holes, what happens most of the time is something like that. The body shell slides a little bit downwards and you have to do it from zero again. I always use one of my batteries, which I place here in front of the body shell once I got the perfect position, to prevent the body shell from sliding around on the car. You can also use some magnets. They are available in the hobby shop, and they will help you to hold the body shell better here in the position while you make the markings for the holes. But I don't have magnets, so I do it in the old school version. You can use the lines on the body shell to make your measurements now, if you want to make sure that you have the same left to right values and the body shell is absolutely centered on the car. You can use the lines or the outermost points here on the body shell to make your measurements the same. I always do is to measure it here from the lower window to the body post, where you also can compare if you have the correct measurements. In the rear part there are most of the time also some linings which can help you to measure, and I always use my eyes, because I think that we can trust our eyes a lot, because most of the time when you measure these distances with your eyes, you are in a good position, and from there on you can use your caliper to make the fine-tuning then. As I said once before, I always use the lines on the side of the body shell here to define the position of the body shell. If you want to mount it more forward or more rearward, you can do it here exactly with the lines, and I think all the big manufacturers nowadays, they use these kind of lines here in the front to help you finding the correct position of the body. If you're a lucky guy, you maybe have the same body shell ready to rock, which you want to paint new again, and then it's a little bit more easy. You just can swipe it over if you deattach the rear wing, and then you can make a copy of your holes. This is the simple way, and if you're lucky enough to have a body shell available for your car, you can do it like this. So once you have found your markings for the correct position on your car, you need a body reamer now to punch the holes inside. And when you make your holes into your body shell, always try to measure the thickness of your body posts before, that you know how big your holes should be. It is important to get your body fitting absolutely perfect on your car with a little amount of play, and the body shell always should do it like this. It should be absolutely free in the front and also in the rear section, to keep it as smooth as possible on your race car. So there shouldn't be really big holes, but a little bit of play is okay when the body shell is free and can move a little bit around on your body posts. So the holes are in the body shell, and everything is moving absolutely free. So the holes went quite good. Now it's time to mark the sidelines for your body shell, which you want to cut afterwards. It is always important to find the right cutting lines for your body shell, because you need some kind of a distance from the body shell to the racetrack. And normally we always use 8 or 9 millimeter of height here from the body shell to the racetrack. And for example, my droop gauge, my MR33 droop gauge, is 8 millimeter thick, and I always use it for to help to check the height of the body shell. So when this goes under and has some air, some space, it's quite fine. Also here in the front, and there you can adjust the height of the body shell a little bit more easy. And when this is done, you can draw the lines. There are some pens on the market. I think from Bitty Design there is one pen available with the 8 and 9 millimeter height possibilities, and you can easily place it on the board and make your markings. I use a Edding pen, a 3000 Edding with a 1 millimeter aluminum plate under, to reach or to get my 9 millimeter height, and then I can paint the line here on the body shell, which I will use to cut afterwards. You can do this all around the body shell with a pen like this, and then you are on the safe side, and you know that the height of your cutting line will be fine. Next step, cutting out the body shell to its final dimensions. So now all the outlines are cutted, and once again a check with my droop gauge. That fits under the body shell everywhere absolutely perfect. In the front a little bit deeper than here on the side. This is because of the angle the body shell is mounted, but here on the side you can see there's always something like 1 millimeter of air, which means that we have a 9 millimeter cutting line. And that's how I always do it, and it works out very well in most of the cases. So when you are concentrated by doing it, you will have a great mounted body shell. So now it's time for cutting the wheel houses. I don't know the word in English. I hope it's okay. You can use this nice carbon fiber tool from RC Maker. It's available at Tonisport to mark your cutting lines. Or if you're not the best in make markings, you can use this circle cutter, which you can buy online in several big shops around the world. Then you have to adjust it to the right sides of your tire diameter or of this carbon fiber part from RC Maker. I mostly use 33.5 for the setting of this circle cutter. And yeah, then I have to mark the wheel axis here on the body shell. And one short information for you guys. On the front, I will not use exactly this point for making it. I will go something about 1 millimeter backwards, so to the center of the car, which has the following reason. When your body shell is on the car and you have produced a cutout which is 1 millimeter out of the center of the wheel axle to the back position, you will not have the problems with the body shell going inwards when you are steering in a corner. Sometimes in this section the body shell stucks into the wheel and you cannot race cleanly for the rest of the heat. And when you set this cutout a millimeter backwards, it is almost impossible that it will do this during the race. So then it's time to make the cutouts, and therefore yeah, we use this circle cutter, and we'll do it now. So now just let me do one cutout for you. Just place it here on your marking, and then in the first moment just check if the sides is okay, if it's in the right place. Just here in this section you have always to be a little bit careful that the height is okay. And then I do my markings here to have a perfect line for my scissors, which I use then finally to get the plastic out. But this is a perfect, I think it's a perfect line, and you can see it here. It should look like this. After that, just take a little scissors and cut it out finally. It's a very easy job then. Just cut it to the finish. Nice and easy. And then you will see that you have produced a really nice cutout for your wheel. And yeah, this should do the trick. So guys, the job is done. The body is cutted out completely and is ready to get painted. You just have to add the window mask from the inside, and then you can paint it however you like, single colored or with an airbrush, it doesn't matter. It's all about your creativity. You can check the quality of your work once again when you take your front wheel cutouts and place them over each other. When they are looking yeah, almost the same, then you know that your body shell is mounted very, very good and almost perfect on the race car. That's my way to do it. There are maybe some other ways as well, but as long as the result is okay, I think it's good when you do it like this. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of work to do before you can paint the body shell. There are a lot of things you have to take care about: the outlines, the wheels, the holes for the wings, and all these things. I recommend take your time when you prepare a body shell, because a perfect fitting body shell on your race car will drive better than a body shell which is completely mounted in the wrong direction, I would say. Take your time and always check your stock at home, that you have enough foam and aluminum tape and your scissors and everything you need to prepare a body shell before you paint it. Yeah, that's it for today. I will go and paint this beautiful thing now. I think it will be an awesome fluo yellow. And until the next time, thanks for watching our Tonisport Newsfeed video. It's always a pleasure to give you some help and advices. And if you have any questions, just comment below this video and we will try to help you out with all your questions. Thanks for today. Keep racing, and as long as you race with Tonisport, you will never race alone. Goodbye.